Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning once again to day 3 of the 2022 World Rowing Under-19 and Under-23 Championships. The Under-19s taking centre stage here in Varese this morning, where racing gets underway in just over 3 minutes' time at 9 o'clock.
Ben ritrovati ancora una volta, signore e signori, amici sportivi, appassionati di canottaggio. Siamo a 3 minuti dalla partenza. Oggi iniziamo con il campionato del mondo Under 19.
Just to let you know that World Rowing has opened up its integrity booth for our athletes to go and visit. Do go and take a look. It's all to give you extra information to learn about anti-doping, prevention of competition manipulation, and just generally safeguarding the integrity of our wonderful sport. So do visit the World Rowing integrity booth down near the finish line.
Grande attenzione anche al rispetto e soprattutto all'integrazione, la volontà di unire le forze e rispettare lo sport con tutte le sue regole. Visitate la tenda allestita appositamente da World Rowing per poter scoprire anche maggiori informazioni riguardanti anche il mondo dell'antidoping e tutto ciò che concerne la prevenzione. Insomma, un'occasione per essere sportivi migliori o comunque per scoprire come rispettare le regole dello sport, le regole nobili che accompagnano il canottaggio. Visitate la tenda dedicata aperta sul campo di regata.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to thank all the volunteers and officials here in Varese who make this event possible and who give up so much of their time to do such a wonderful job. So huge thanks to all of them.
Prima di iniziare, consentitemi di ringraziare dirigenti, autorità, ma soprattutto tutti i volontari al lavoro e al servizio di questo grande campionato del mondo. Senza di voi tutto questo non sarebbe possibile.
Ladies and gentlemen, we begin racing today with 3 heats of the Under-19 men's pair.
Inizieremo oggi le nostre qualificazioni del campionato del mondo Under 19 con il 2 senza maschile.
In Heat 1, Lane 1, Turkey, Aytimur Selçuk and Enes Biber. In Lane 2, France, Pierre Piquet-Egli and Yuen Mer Appere. Lane 3, the Netherlands, Gianni Perotti and Ben van der Ehrenbeemt. Lane 4, Serbia, Mihailo Dedic and Nemanja Ljudezicia. And Lane 5, Romania, Andrei Vlad Robert Vatamanjuc and Ilio Leonten Nutescu.
Turchia, Francia, nuova con l'Olanda, Serbia e Romania, le nazioni impegnate in questa prima qualificazione.
So, ladies and gentlemen, racing is underway. Turkey in lane 1, France in 2, Netherlands lane 3, Serbia in lane 4, Romania in lane 5.
E con questa partenza entriamo nel vivo. Benvenuti al campionato del mondo Under 19. Turchia con Francia, Olanda, Serbia e Romania, le nazioni impegnate in questa prima qualificazione, ed è subito un sorriso per la Romania che insieme al centro del percorso l'Olanda e la Serbia sta cercando di fuggire fuori nei primi 400 metri di gara.
So around 300 meters or so gone in this first race. All 5 boats have got off to a terrific start. We have a fabulous team of commentators out on the water to take you through each and every race. We have Andrea Prosky with us in the team this year. Thomas Cadei from Italy. Tim Van Vliet from the Netherlands. We've got Niamh Hayes from Ireland. And we'll kick off by throwing over to Colleen Saville, all the way from Boston, USA. And Colleen, very good morning. It must be beautiful out on the lake this morning.
Good morning to you, Rob. Good morning, Luca. And good morning to everyone joining us both from the grandstand here in beautiful Varese, Italy, and of course on the broadcast on the live stream. It's an honor to bring you the races today from the 1,000-meter mark. And Rob, as you rightly say, the athletes moving through the first quarter of their race, and in fact they've just gone through that first 500-meter mark. We kick off the under-19s in the men's pair. This is Heat 1, first race of the day, with 3 crews to advance to semifinal A, B, and the remaining crews to the repechage. So top 3 positions are where you want to be to save yourself that repechage race. But if you do find yourself in position 4, 5, or 6, well, you have a second chance. At the moment, making the best of it, it's Turkey. Turkey first to the 500-meter mark. That's Atemur Selçuk and Enes Biber of Turkey. Enes Biber setting the rhythm in the stroke seat. Turkey, not quite the quickest moving boat on the course. That honor goes to Romania. But it is Turkey currently in the lead. It's Serbia running second, then over to Romania, back to the Netherlands and France. These athletes now well into the second quarter of their race. To set the stage, well, it's Romania who's the defending champions in this event, with 1 athlete returning from that boat. And that's the stroke seat, as mentioned. So Iliatu Leontine Vatamunush. The stroke seats come back. He took a gold in this event last year at the 2021 Junior World Championships. And he's teamed up with Andrei Vatamanouche, who took gold in the junior men's 8 in Plovdiv. So they'll certainly be a force to be reckoned with out of lane 5. And as I describe that, they're starting to make a little bit of gains on our leaders. So Turkey now running second at the halfway point. It's Serbia who's moved into that first place position. Romania holding on to that third qualifying spot. Then it's back to the Netherlands, who's looking to be a bit out of contention, at least at the moment, and over to France. An under-19 rower, by the way, is under 19, as stated. This is often where they begin their rowing career. So competitive under-19s aim to compete at the World Rowing Under-19 Championship, which brings together truly the best in the world, a world-class event. And this annual championship is often what launches the under-19 athletes' rowing career. So fantastic to see just the best of the best in terms of under-19 world rowing here in Varese, Italy, and certainly we'll be looking toward the future of rowing, Paris 2024 and beyond. What's happening in the race? Well, it is now Serbia leading. So that's Dadic and Lujica of Serbia. Lojica in the stroke seat, so setting that rhythm. He raced in the junior men's 4 last year in Plovdiv at the 2021 Junior World Championship, finishing 12th overall. So he's moved from the 4 into the pair, staying with sweep rowing, and certainly looking to improve upon his position, I'm sure, at the 2022 event.
Yeah, thank you, Colleen, for that lovely introduction of the first race of today, the first day of the Under-19 tournament here on Lago di Varese. And that men's pair race well and truly underway. And we could see the crew from Serbia really flying through the third 500, moving Clearwater ahead of defending champions from Romania in second position. And on the far side, the quick starting Turkish crew in third position. Those three crews seem safe for a place in the AB semi-final, with the Netherlands and France having their work to do to get back in contention.
Buona mattinata a tutti dai 1500 metri del percorso e benvenuti alla terza giornata di prove mondiali nella città giardino. Siamo con la prima batteria del 2 senza Under 19 maschile, che vede protagonista l'equipaggio serbo in corsia numero 4, che conduce le file di questa batteria, seguito in seconda posizione dalla Turchia, punta a punta con la Romania, che ricordiamo è l'equipaggio detentore del primato mondiale in questa specialità.
So great race by Serbia to take the lead, but behind them it's really close for second and third, Rob, as they come towards your position at the finish.
Thank you, Tim, very much indeed, and just looks glorious. It must be a wonderful morning to be out on the water, but they are fighting hard out there. Remember, it's the first three directly through to the next stage: Serbia, Romania and Turkey at the moment.
Una grande Serbia, una Serbia capace di partire tranquilla, ma soprattutto di rimontare i 1000 metri davanti, ai 1500 ancora avanti, e qui col vuoto verso il traguardo, una Serbia straordinaria in chiusura.
Good win for Serbia. They take it by a couple of lengths ahead of Turkey over in lane 1, and coming home in third place in 5 is Romania. Those three crews directly through to the AB semi-finals, as France and the Netherlands then come home, and they will have another opportunity to make it through to the semis when they contest the repechage. Heat 2 of the Under-19 men's pair sees Great Britain in lane 1, Kazakhstan in 2, Italy in lane 3, Egypt in 4, Austria lane 5.
Seconda qualificazione del nostro programma, e compaiono anche gli azzurri: Gran Bretagna con Kazakistan, Italia, Egitto ed Austria. L'Italia che punta tutto sui gemelli, Luca e Marco Vicino.
Yeah, we got a couple of twins, and I'm sure it won't be the first set of twins we see in these races. Luca and Marco Vicina from Italy. And how are they doing? They look like they might be front runners, but I think Great Britain doing well also, Colleen.
Yeah, Great Britain doing well, but I think we heard it in Luca's voice. Luca and Marco Vicino are making the best of this heat. In fact, they're coming just by where I'm positioned at the 1,000-meter mark, and they're doing it in style. Their brother, Luca, told me earlier, is the famous Giuseppe Pepe Vicino, and he took 2 bronze Olympic medals. He was in Rio in 2016. He was in Tokyo, of course, in 2020. He stroked the men's 4. He's known for his crazy stroke rates, his really impressive gutsy racing up at high stroke rates. And I'm sure he's translated some of that wisdom to his brothers. It's certainly looking that way for this Italian duo. So they're out in front. We know that it is 3 to advance to semifinal A, B, just like the prior round. And Rob, yes, you'll be happy to know that Great Britain currently running second. And then it's over to a really close Austria, Tim, it's looking like, as they move through the third quarter.
Yeah, to my mind, Austria is in that last position for a spot in the AB semi-finals. But I have to say, I'm impressed by what the Italian pair is putting on. It's a big show from them, from the Vicino twins. They're hammering along 37 strokes a minute, and yeah, easily the highest boat speed of the field. But Great Britain doing well to stay in contact with the Italians, although I think it's clear water from the Italian stern to the GB bows. But GB secure in second position, and behind them it's really close between Kazakhstan and Austria for that last spot into the AB semi-final.
Brillano i colori dell'Italia al centro del percorso. Luca Vicino e Marco Vicino, i portacolori del CRV Italia, già oro nel 4 con nell'anno 2021 ai mondiali di Plovdiv in Bulgaria. terzi agli europei nel due senza nell'anno 2022, che si sono disputati proprio su questo campo di regata. Gemelli vicino che hanno conquistato in Italia ben 14 titoli italiani, pronti a volare in questi mondiali 2022 per farci sognare ancora una volta. Insieme loro la Gran Bretagna e l'Austria per il passaggio del turno alla semifinale A e B. Ricordiamo i primi 3 in semifinale, gli altri saranno costretti a passare dai recuperi.
So the experienced hands of the Italians there, and if you're on the bank looking at this race coming down, you should really take a close look to that Italian pair, because you can see the family trait in the style of rowing. It's really similar to their older brother. So fantastic to watch. The Italians still out in front, easily going to take the win here, and for the rest of the crews they have a lot of work to do, but GB still in second, and I think Austria now firmly into that last spot to the AB semi-final, Rob.
Yes, Tim, thank you. Quite a gap now opened up between Austria in third and Kazakhstan in fourth, with Egypt in fifth. But we will indeed keep a close eye on the Italian twins as they head down now towards the finishing straight.
Luca e Marco Vicino stanno davvero facendo un colpo eccezionale, aprono nel migliore dei modi il sipario per l'Italia Under 19. Ne è passata d'acqua sotto i ponti da quel 22 marzo del 2015, quando debuttarono sul lago Patria a Napoli alla prima regata regionale in Campania. Da qui un gran percorso e 7 anni più tardi vanno a vincere la batteria al mondiale.
Yes, it's the Vicino twins who make easy work, or they make it look easy, coming down to take that by 2 lengths ahead of Great Britain, and then it is Austria coming home in third. Those are the 3 qualification spots for the AB semi-finals. Kazakhstan coming home in fourth. They and Egypt, who will, I'm sure, welcome a big cheer from the grandstand to help them across the line. They'll have a second opportunity to qualify when they contest the repechage. So the third and final heat of the under-19 men's pair is underway, with Germany taking up lane 1 alongside South Africa in lane 2. Greece are in 3, USA lane 4 and Slovenia in lane 5.
Quando si dice che il programma non lascia respiro, ed è questo il riassunto di questa giornata di competizioni a Varese, con la terza qualificazione del 2 senza maschile già in corso, Germania in acqua 1, Sudafrica in acqua 2, la Grecia in acqua 3, Stati Uniti in acqua 4, Slovenia in acqua 5, una partenza eccellente per la Germania. Chissà cosa sta succedendo in acqua.
So just past 1,000 meters where Colleen awaits us, it looks like we might have 3 early leaders here, Colleen.
That's right, Rob. Just moving through halfway, it is the German combination of Vincent Kuhn and Kieran Holtes in the stroke seat, first to cross into the second half. 3 early leaders is right, though. It's a really, really close Slovenia. Just behind them, Arde Zavarsnik and Jakub Bergles in the stroke seat, setting that rhythm. They're not quite past Germany, but they're certainly keeping themselves in touch. And then that third place position that would take this crew to semi-final A, B. Well, that's over to Greece. Koustoulas and Koutras, Dimitros Koutras of Greece in the stroke seat. Then it's back to South Africa and back to the Los Gatos Rowing Club combination from the USA, Jonas Time and Alberto Lasso in the stroke seat, coached by Channing Walker. So, Tim, they're coming towards you at 500. It's heat 3 of the men's pair.
Yeah, we look at the outside lanes for the fastest crews at this stage, and I think that German crew is really flying. We have, perhaps good to know that usually during the morning session we have a tailwind, and I think these under 19 men's pairs are really enjoying these conditions, because I can see the Germans really hammering along, 36 strokes a minute, and making the most of it. Germany now moving into the lead over the fast-starting crew from Slovenia, who are in second, and then in the center lane it's that combination from Greece with the 15-year-old Dimitros Koutras in the stroke seat. They have secured third, with South Africa and the USA having the work to do to catch up to the leading 3 crews.
È la Germania, la lepre di questa terza batteria del due senza under 19 maschile. Guida le file delle 5 imbarcazioni partenti in questa specialità insieme alla Slovenia, che viene in questo momento attaccata anche dalla Grecia, ma sono ben delineate le posizioni con la Germania in prima posizione. Il capovoga già vinse la medaglia d'argento nell'anno 2021 insieme all'atleta Paul Martin, si ripresenta in questa annata insieme ad un nuovo prodiere, sicuramente un'imbarcazione di gran livello.
So it's the German Kuhn and Holthus who are leading this field. They keep extending their advantage over Slovenia and Greece, looking set there to take the win here in the third heat of the under-19 men's pair there, Rob.
Thank you, Tim. That looks like the three who will indeed go straight through to the AB semi-finals. It's been a really convincing performance from this German crew.
Abbiamo visto la Germania ben rappresentata tra il pubblico questa mattina e la Germania è pronta a farsi sentire un vantaggio. Eccoli qua, la Germania che vola verso il traguardo davvero in grande stile.
So plenty of support from the grandstand. That is great to hear as well. Germany's Kuhn and Holters coming down towards the finish line, and there is a lot of open water between them and Slovenia in second. That won't trouble the Slovenians at one little bit. They are also through to the AB semi-final without having to go through the repechage. The same will be for Greece, who are just coming down there in third place. But these three boats really well spread out. And then it's a terrific performance from South Africa, but they're going to be just outside the qualifying spots. But they, along with the USA, will, of course, have a second opportunity to qualify when they contest the repechage. Next, we move on to the heats of the men's quadruple sculls.
Ci spostiamo ora cambiando specialità. Attenzione al 4 di coppia maschile.
And underway in the first of three heats, we have Great Britain in lane 1, Romania lane 2, Poland in 3, Greece in 4, Netherlands in 5, USA in 6.
Gran Bretagna, Romania, Polonia, Grecia, Olanda e Stati Uniti in questa prima qualificazione.
Got some very high quality crews here, and this looks like a really close race coming up to you, Colleen.
It's a really close race, and they're just crossing where I'm positioned at the 1,000-meter mark, just shy of that halfway point. Greece looking so strong out ahead, but it's a tightly packed field. The USA keeping themselves right in there with GB running third. In this event, Heat 1 of the Under-19 men's quads, well, it's just 2 to advance to semifinal A, B, with the remaining crews to the repechage. So top 2 is where you want to be. It's looking great for Greece to hold on to that position. The USA and Great Britain certainly will be battling it out just behind them and perhaps pushing the Greeks all the way down the course. The USA stroked by Ashton Perlroth, currently holding 36 strokes per minute, among the quickest moving boats on the course, but that honor really going to Greece. So there's 7:50 to go. Tim, they're charging towards you, and the USA and Great Britain so tight for second.
Yeah, you're perfectly right. And I think the USA just have it at this stage of the race, but it's very difficult for them to keep an eye on GB because they're on opposite sides of the lake with GB racing from lane number 1. So it's very difficult for the Americans to keep an eye out for the fast crew from GB. But yeah, in one of these center lanes, lane 4, we can see the crew from Greece there, and they are really hammering along and they look very proficient. It's very nicely together, and they have a nice long lengthy stroke and a very smooth rhythm, and that sees them coming past our commentary position almost a length ahead of GB and the USA, but Poland and Romania still in contact with the 3 leading crews. But I think the Dutch have too much to do to catch back onto the leading crews. But so it's Greece, the USA in second, and then GB third across the line, but Romania and Poland in hot pursuit.
Sale la tensione per gli atleti impegnati nella prima batteria del 4 Under 19 maschile, che vede la Grecia condurre le file di questa batteria, seguiti da Gran Bretagna e Stati Uniti, che sono veramente vicinissimi. Solamente le prime due le posizioni sono utili al passaggio del turno alla semifinale, quindi sarà una lotta a due con la Grecia al comando, mentre Stati Uniti e Gran Bretagna si contendono la seconda posizione quando ormai mancano gli ultimi 400 metri al traguardo.
So I think that coach of that GB crew, Tom Young from Strathclyde Rowing Club, has said to his boys, well, you need to sprint to the line, and we can see that coming from the GB crew now, firmly into second position.
Yeah, they're really going for it now, GB, over in lane one. What a super finish this is. Greece being challenged for that first spot. USA still in it as well.
La Grecia lì al centro a fare l'andatura, ma all'esterno c'è la Gran Bretagna che aumenta vertiginosamente il numero dei colpi per rientrare nel gruppo di testa. Grecia e Gran Bretagna per le prime due posizioni.
So it looks like Greece are going to just hold on to take first place. It's a terrific finish at the end of 2,000 meters. It's Greece who take it by 3/4 of a length ahead of Great Britain. USA just hold on to that third spot as well. But it's the first two who go through to the AB semi-final. Automatically, the remaining crews will have to go again in the repechage. So it's Greece and Great Britain who are through. On to the second heat of the Under-19 men's quadruple sculls. In lane 1, Latvia. Lane 2, Bulgaria. Lane 3, Ukraine. Spain in lane 4. New Zealand, lane 5.
Ed eccoci quindi a sentire anche il grande tifo con la seconda qualificazione del quadruplo maschile. Lettonia, Bulgaria, Ucraina, Spagna e Nuova Zelanda.
We're hearing some great cheers from the grandstand. New Zealand there getting a good cheer. Fabulous that these teams have come from halfway round the other side, almost all the way round from the other side of the world. So well done to all of you and your support group as well. Fantastic to see so many nations here and so many nations being supported so healthily as well. Fabulous stuff. In terms of this race, as we get down towards 800 meters, it looks like Ukraine are just leading from Spain, but we'll get a better picture when we throw over to Colleen.
Thanks very much, Rob. Ukraine not quite getting their bow ahead of Spain quite yet. This Spanish crew stroked by Marc Marquez Espinoso in up at 37 strokes per minute, so about 3 beats higher than the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians, though, now able just for the first time to get their bow ahead. They were second at the 500, approaching that timing marker at the 1,000. Those are our two clear leaders, and this Ukrainian combination stroked by Daniel Romanenko of Ukraine. Well, this combination is back from last year. So they rode together at the Junior World Championships in 2021, where they finished 10th overall. They've kept the same combination, and they're back for the 2022 season. As they come through the halfway point now, they look just beautiful, these quads out on the water. It is Ukraine by about a bow deck now over Spain. Those are our two clear leaders. And then the fight going on behind them will Bulgaria, New Zealand, bow to bow, neck and neck, certainly in contention as these four boats are quite level moving through the third quarter. I'd say the only crew out of contention, Tim, at the moment perhaps is Latvia.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right, Colleen. From where we're sitting, Latvia is way back with the fast and furious pace set by the leading four crews, with that crew from the Ukraine still in the lead by about half a length over the crew from Bulgaria, who are, it's a new combination from Bulgaria. They have two 16-year-olds in Botev and Ivanov, the two-seat and the stroke seat, but they're producing a fabulous boat speed with 600 meters to go. They're in second position and putting the pressure on the leading crew from the Ukraine. It's I think the lead of the Ukrainians is diminishing slightly with the high rhythm from Bulgaria, with Spain and the crew from New Zealand having a fantastic battle with between themselves. I think New Zealand just in front of Spain, but we know this all Spanish crews can raise a fabulous sprint finish. So New Zealand not safe there yet. 500 meters to go. It's still the Ukraine in the lead, but a fantastic rhythm there being set by Bulgaria, which takes them just a quarter length behind the leading crew.
Un bellissimo passaggio ai 1500 metri del percorso per questa seconda batteria del quadruplo maschile nella categoria under 19 con un'Ucraina veramente in grande spolvero. La Bulgaria, partita leggermente in sordina, palata dopo palata, è andata al recupero della Nuova Zelanda in corsia numero 5 che si trova in terza posizione. Iniziano solo in questo momento a delinearsi le posizioni verso il traguardo con l'Ucraina e la Bulgaria che volano verso l'aggiudicazione della semifinale in questa batteria.
So it's getting closer at the front of the field between Bulgaria and the Ukraine for those two spots into the AB semi-final. New Zealand charging, but I think they have too much work left to do, Rob, with 200 meters left in this race.
It's a fascinating finish, isn't it, to this race, Tim? Ukraine are doing really well, but they got to really battle hard to fend off Bulgaria. But it's the first two across the line, so New Zealand have got to push really hard.
Una grande rimonta, una grande occasione che vuole andare a mettere la sigla su questa regata. Sono i colori dell'Ucraina, i colori che fanno battere il cuore di tutto il mondo, che cercano di mantenere davanti alla Bulgaria. La Nuova Zelanda è attardata, quindi l'Ucraina in solitaria sul traguardo. Poi la Bulgaria.
Ukraine pushed all the way to the finish line. They get there by half a length ahead of Bulgaria. Terrific race from the two of them. Bulgaria celebrate as they rightly should. New Zealand come home in third place. They just couldn't push up into that automatic qualification spot as Spain come home as well, followed by Latvia. So those other three crews, of course, have another opportunity to qualify, but it's Ukraine and Bulgaria who make their direct progression to the AB semi-finals. On to Heat 3 of the men's quad sculls. The host nation, Italy, taking up lane 1. Czech Republic are in lane 2. Germany are in lane 3. It's Switzerland in 4 and Australia in lane 5.
Terza qualificazione del nostro programma per il 4 di coppia e anche qui batte forte il cuore azzurro. Italia in acqua 1, Repubblica Ceca in acqua 2, Germania in acqua 3, Svizzera in acqua 4, Australia in acqua 5.
Italy leading in these early stages, and that's led to a clenched fist and a pump in the air from my co-commentator here, Luca Brogini. But is he celebrating too soon, Colleen?
I don't know. I think this Italian crew, I had a chance to chat with Luca earlier, and this Italian crew has a lot going for them. So the two-seat, Brambilla, he's from Varese Rowing Club, which means he's got a lot of support in the grandstand. And his teammate, Matteo Belgheri, in the three-seat, well, his father is the past president of the Italian Rowing Federation, and he was also a world champion back in 1986 in the men's double. So there is some speed, some wisdom riding with this Italian crew. Italy is leading, and then running second in that qualifying position, it's Germany and a close Czech Republic. I'd like to introduce you to Niamh Hayes, though, who's next to me and whom you heard yesterday. Good morning, Niamh.
Good morning, Colleen. Delighted to be back today.
Yeah, we can expect some good racing, can't we?
We can.
So they're moving through the second quarter of the race, Tim, charging towards you already. Can the Czech crew catch the Germans?
Oh, that's a big ask because I would bet on that German crew to take second position. But yeah, still a long way to go. Almost 750 meters still left to race with the Italian crew on the far side of the lake. Yeah, clearly ahead by about half a length to 3/4 of a length. But Germany and the Czech Republic, they're really fighting it out stroke for stroke, I think. But, well, it's almost level. I think the Czech Republic just moving into the lead. But Germany, of course, defending champions from last year. This is a new crew compared to that crew who won the world title last year. But I'm sure they're aware of their obligation to defend that title. Italy still in the lead, moving out to, oh, well, more or less held at the same distance to the two crews catching them. But I think, yeah, Czech Republic is rating high, 38 strokes a minute already. So I think the Germans have another gear to go to. But the Czech Republic now in front of Germany by about a canvas.
In questa batteria ci sono tutte e tre le nazioni che costituivano il podio nei mondiali di Plovdiv nel 2021 e stanno dando un grandissimo spettacolo proprio queste tre nazioni. Italia che conduce le fila di questa batteria con Germania e Repubblica Ceca, l'equipaggio azzurro che con a bordo Marco Gandola che nel 2021 già fu argento insieme a Pallozzi, Bizzozero e Lica Talosi, si ripresenta quest'anno insieme a Belgieri, Brambilla e Solano per fare volare ancora una volta l'Italia in questa specialità del quadruplo maschile. La Germania permane in terza posizione con il passaggio in seconda della Repubblica Ceca. Le prime due posizioni sono utili per il passaggio del turno, gli altri e i recuperi.
So if Germany wants to go straight through to the AB semi-final, they have to sprint soon, Rob, because the Czech Republic really moving with Italy for the two top places.
They are, and Italy really determined to hold on to that lead out front. My co-commentator here, very happy with that performance so far.
Una grande vittoria, ma soprattutto una grande performance, indipendentemente da quello che ovviamente regalerà il mondiale. È importante aprire bene, e se il buongiorno si vede dal mattino, Stefano Solano, Michael Brambilla con Matteo Belgeri e Marco Gandola suonano la musica più bella, la canzone favorita in chiusura.
It's a joy to listen to you in full flow, Luca, but we're just back to the race. It's a clear win for Italy by a length ahead of the Czech Republic. They held on to that second qualification spot. Germany couldn't just quite get enough to move up into that spot. So it'll be Germany, Switzerland, Austria through to the repechage, but Italy, Czech Republic straight through to the semi-finals. I'm sorry, Australia, of course, in lane 5. Forgive me. We now move on to the heats of the Under-19 women's double sculls.
Lasciato 4 i coppie alle spalle, ci spostiamo alle qualificazioni del doppio femminile.
This is the lineup for Heat 1, Romania in lane 1, Ireland in lane 2, USA in 3, Canada lane 4, in lane 5 Spain, lane 6 Greece.
Romania, Irlanda, Stati Uniti, Canada, Spagna e Grecia in questa prima qualificazione.
Always keen to see how our neighbours from Ireland do in these races. We also have our Irish commentator now up at the 1,000 metre mark. And I'd like to ask both of you, Colleen and Niamh, just first across the line, we'll make it through directly to the semi-finals. But how do you negotiate a race if you find yourself out of contention for first place? Do you then just ease off a little bit and save some energy? Or do you try and sort of make a point to your fellow competitors?
I think it can depend, Rob, where you are sitting in the field. If you're in contention and not too far away from first place and quite safe ahead of the rest of the field, I think you can ease off slightly just to conserve a little bit of energy, particularly when it's so hot here in Varese. But you also do want to make a point. So I think it really depends. You have to think on the fly when you're out there and kind of make decisions. You can't go out there with the decision made already. So yes, as you said, Ireland, they're competing. We have Anna Keating from Shannon Rowing Club, Holly Davis from Lee Valley. Holly, of course, on the podium last year at the Under-19 Championships in this boat class. So she is a returning athlete. At the moment, they are sitting in second place behind Greece. Greece winning the Euros just a couple of months ago there. So they are coming in a great position.
Yeah, that's right. A great position indeed. We're now just looking at this combination from Greece out of lane 6, closest to the grandstand, and they look so fluid and so dynamic. That rhythm has really given them a big advantage over the full field. In the stroke seat, it's Taliana Nasiuli, and in the bow seat, Sofia Daldidou, both with great experience, and in particular, the stroke seat, so Natsiula, winning the junior women's double at the European Championship last year in 2021. We saw her at the 2021 Junior World Championships as well, off the podium, but in the A final, finishing 5th overall. So we'll be looking to improve upon that position, picking up her new pair partner, Sofia Daldidou. So they're moving through the third quarter quite nicely. It's 1 to advance to semi-final A, B. And Tim, it's looking really good for Greece, and barring any mistakes, they should capture it.
Yeah, and I think they will, because we've seen so many crews from Greece racing very, controlled races, and they really know exactly what they can do. And once in the lead, it's very rare to see a Greek crew being overhauled in the final sprint to the line. But with the advantage and the lead the Greek double has at this stage, I don't think they can be overhauled. So if they just keep doing what they're doing, they'll be fine for that one spot into the AB semi-final. But on the far side, we can see Ireland still, I think, in second position, and it's really close between them and the crews from Canada and Spain, having a great little tussle. And on the far side, we see the young Romanian crew, two 15-year-olds making their debut here on Lago di Varese, and they're doing fantastic to keep in contact with some of the more experienced crews in this field. But the Greek crew, now coming past our commentary position, 500 meters to go, they look fully in control of this race. Clear water, back to the Irish crew in second.
Ciò che conta in questa prima batteria del doppio Under 19 femminile è tagliare il traguardo in prima posizione, e la Grecia sta facendo veramente un ottimo lavoro. Le atlete che sono già campionesse europee nell'anno 2021, lo scorso anno a Plovdiv dovettero accontentarsi solamente di un quinto posto, pronte al riscatto sulla schiranna di Varese in questa batteria del doppio Under 19 femminile, che le vede indiscusse protagoniste davanti a Canada, con Romania e Spagna, poi via via le altre imbarcazioni.
So the Greeks looking very impressive, Rob. They are in a league of their own, and I think they're just cruising down to the line with the crews from Ireland, Canada, Spain, the USA and Romania, having a lot of work to do, but I think in the back of their minds they'll have that repechage, so they might ease off and save some energy for later today.
Yeah, that's the very point, isn't it? We were talking about with Niamh just earlier on. It's certainly been a dominant performance from the Greek boat, so they look, all barring any kind of disaster, that they will take that spot, but probably opening up a little gap even further now ahead of Ireland.
Un vantaggio incredibile, un vantaggio che conferma l'eccellente preparazione di questa formazione che vuole scrollarsi di dosso il quinto posto mondiale. Forti ancora dell'oro europeo del 2021, una Grecia stratosferica in questa prima qualificazione del doppio junior femminile, che di fatto va ad accaparrarsi l'unica piazza valida per la promozione.
Danidou and Natsula of Greece have led all the way down, and what a superb race from them. That really is impressive. Utterly dominant. Ireland have held on to that second spot. They crossed the line in second place. Canada coming home in third, ahead of Romania in fourth. And then we have Spain and the USA. And those five boats who didn't cross the line in first will go again in the reps. Heat 2 of 4 of the women's double sculls sees the Netherlands in 1, Italy lane 2, Mexico lane 3, Egypt lane 4, Switzerland in 5 and Slovakia in lane 6.
Rimaniamo sempre nelle qualificazioni del doppio Under 19 femminile ed ora ricompare l'Italia. Olanda in acqua 1, Italia in acqua 2, Messico in acqua 3, Egitto in acqua 4, Svizzera in acqua 5 e poi Slovacchia in acqua 6.
Netherlands having a bit of battle against their hosts Italy here in these early stages, Colleen, but great to see nations like Mexico making the trip over here too.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see Mexico, isn't it? And we have athletes from all over the world, just fantastic representation, truly all over. So bringing together the best in the world for the Under-19 championship, best young rowers from so many countries around the globe. At the moment, though, as you say, it is the Netherlands stroked by Anna Menke making the best of it. Lotte van Vesteren in the bow seat, supporting that rhythm that she's setting. And then just behind them, we know, well, it's just one to qualify for semi-final A-B, but the closest in contention to threaten that is the crew from Italy. So Angelica Erpini in the bow seat and Francesca Rubeo in the stroke seat. Niamh, you think that support from the Italians in the grandstand will help them?
I think it might. They're in close contention here. They're sitting in second at the moment, but not a lot in it. I think if the support, if the people in the grandstand can start cheering for them, they will start hearing and it will give them that lift. But Netherlands currently currently sitting in first place. Of course, one of the rowers there, Lotte, she is the reigning world champion in the boat class from last year. So I'm sure she is hoping to get up on the podium again this year.
So moving through the 750 meter mark, Netherlands, Italy, Rob, as you say, we have Mexico, Egypt, Switzerland, Slovakia, the championships with nearly 1,500 athletes from 61 nations, Tim. So great to see representation from these countries.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and as you say, bringing together the best of the world here on Lago di Varese, it's fantastic to see, and it's wonderful to see a nice battle here up front between the Netherlands and Italy with the aforementioned world champion from last year, Lotte van Westrenen from her club Willem III in the bow seat, and a new stroke woman Anna Menke from the Hunze from the north of the Netherlands, from Groningen. They are leading, but they are feeling the pressure there from that Italian double, because the Italian double is still in contact 3/4 of a length back to the leading Dutch crew, and then it's clear water back to Switzerland, Mexico, Egypt, Slovakia. But those two crews battling are going to fight it out for that one qualifying spot into the AB semi-final.
L'Olanda continua la corsa in questa seconda batteria del doppio femminile, ma l'Italia rimane in contatto e cerca di partire l'attacco dell'Olanda in questa specialità. Solamente la prima posizione è utile per il passaggio del turno, di conseguenza l'Italia con Angelica Erpini e Francesca Rubeo cercano di dare il tutto e per tutto per andare negli ultimi 300 metri al recupero dell'Olanda. L'Olanda, già campionessa mondiale nell'anno 2021 con la medesima capoboga, ha cambiato solamente la prodiera e sono veramente in grande spolvero queste atlete, pronte ad andare a ripetere il risultato dello scorso anno ottenuto a Plovdiv.
So the leading two crews from Italy and the Netherlands fighting it out stroke for stroke. Will the Dutch be able to fend off that late Italian charge, Rob?
Well, I know that Luca will be hoping that they don't, but I think they look strong enough to maybe do that. But Luca, thoughts on the Italian crew here?
Ovviamente una gara aperta, una di quelle gare che va a promuovere solo una formazione, ma la curiosità è che l'Italia punta tutto su una formazione societaria, quindi che a differenza degli altri equipaggi azzurri ha avuto la possibilità di prepararsi per tutta la stagione. Olanda all'esterno, Olanda in grande stile, l'Italia ci crede, uno sprint finale che potrebbe ribaltare la frittata.
Not sure what the answer to my question was, but it's the Netherlands who are just holding on, but there really is a terrific push from Italy. And Netherlands take it by just over a canvas ahead of Italy. What a fabulous finish to that race, and hats off to Italy for really challenging all the way down to the line. But it's the Netherlands who qualify for that semi-final spot. Italy will go again. Coming home in third, it's Switzerland, followed home by Mexico, Slovakia and Egypt. They will all go again in the repechage.
Of course I didn't want to answer, Rob.
So on to Heat 3 of these very exciting women's double sculls. Thailand go in lane 1, Germany in 2. We welcome Cyprus in lane 3, Australia in lane 4, Austria in lane 5.
Ed ora guardiamo alla terza qualificazione del doppio Under 19 femminile, che vede ancora una volta Germania, Australia, Austria, Thailandia e Cipro come nazioni in gara.
So we've got Asia, we've got Australasia, we've got Europe. Which continent is leading, approaching the halfway stage, Colleen?
Well, it's Europe. It's Europe at the moment. This combination from Germany, Paula Lutz in the bow, Helena Branca setting the rhythm in the stroke seat, just coming by that halfway point, but the Aussies certainly keeping in touch. And Neve, it looks like maybe starting to edge ahead.
I think they are. They just passed us here in the hut at 1,000 metres, and it looks like Australia are just closing in, just 2 metres between the two boats now. They are making their move and making sure that they can get that first spot into the semi-final A, B. Australia there, Zoe Bond and Talissa Knock-Driver in that Australian crew. And I heard that it was very cold in Australia, 0 degrees Celsius. So it's a very different environment that they're rowing in now.
Yeah, it is, right? We'll have to remember, and this goes for everyone, to drink lots of water, sunscreen, shade, all of that good stuff. But certainly for Australia, I'm sure they're enjoying some of that sunshine. Tim, as they come towards you mid-third quarter.
Yeah, well, at least from our 1500 meter mark, we're definitely enjoying the weather, and I think all crews are enjoying these conditions. The water is almost flat, slight tail breeze, but yeah, the two leading crews there from Germany and Australia. I think it's still Germany in the lead by about half a length. It's Lutz and Brenke from the Mannheimer Ruder Club and the Karlsruher Ruderverein Viking, who are leading, but yeah, not by much. And I think there is a push coming there from the Australians with Zoe Bond there from Canberra Rowing Club in the bow seat, and her stroke Talisa Knocker-Driver from Sydney Rowing Club. They have a lot of work to do. They're underrating the Germans by about 2 strokes a minute. So I think they have another gear to go to in the last 500 meters. And then it's clear water back to the Austrians in third. But Germany still in the lead by almost a length.
Le ottime condizioni del lago di Varese permettono agli equipaggi di sfidarsi ad armi pari. È la Germania a fare l'andatura in questa terza batteria del doppio Under 19 femminile, tallonata però dall'Austria in corsia numero 4, che cerca il rientro per andare ad aggiudicarsi l'unica posizione utile per il passaggio del turno alla semifinale A e B. Tutti gli altri equipaggi saranno costretti a passare dai recuperi. Vediamo un'ottima azione da parte della Germania, l'Austria che cerca di aumentare il numero dei colpi. In questo momento procede la sua corsa a ben 34 colpi, ma non sono sufficienti al momento per andare al recupero della Germania, che continua verso la sua corsa e vola verso il traguardo.
So the German double not waiting around for that Australian sprint to the line. They keep stepping up and moving away from the Australians with 200 meters left to row.
Yeah, they want to hold on to that first spot, and no doubt about it. Lutz and Brenke, very impressive from the outset here.
Un vantaggio che vorresti avere sempre, una Germania capace di andare a frullare colpi a non finire, ma soprattutto essere incisiva in acqua, ed ecco l'azione, un'azione pulita, un'azione decisa, un'azione che proietta questa formazione verso il traguardo. Entrambe nate nel 2004, atlete che hanno esperienza maturata in chiave internazionale, continuano a martellare sull'Australia, Australia che è mancata dalle competizioni per oltre 2 anni e che quindi torna dovendosi togliere la ruggine, ma all'esterno la Germania in solitaria si proietta la vittoria.
Paula Lotz and Helena Brenke of Germany heading down to the finish line. They take it comfortably by 3 lengths or so ahead of Australia, who kept the battle going. We salute that effort as well, as we do with third place Austria. So some really high quality sculling going on in this third heat. But it is Germany, without doubt, who take that AB semi-final qualification spot. The remaining crews will have another opportunity, though. So to the fourth and final heat of the women's double sculls. 5 crews here, with Lithuania in lane 1, Latvia in lane 2. We welcome Japan in lane 3, South Africa in 4 and France in lane 5.
Ultima qualificazione del nostro programma per quanto riguarda ovviamente il doppio femminile, con Lituania, Lettonia, Giappone, Sud Africa e Francia. Io azzarderei Giappone, Rob,
Thank you, Luca. Not much to separate these boats across the early stages at the last split time. Just 1 minute 40, sorry, 1 second, 0.4, separating first and fifth. Before I mash up any more of this, let's head straight over to Colleen.
Yeah, we're delighted, Neve and I, to tell you what we're seeing, because they're just crossing past where we're perched at the 1,000-meter mark. And this Japanese combination, Sakura Tokita in the stroke seat, setting the rhythm, Marin Kanematsu in the bow, holding on to the lead at a cool 34 strokes per minute. But Lithuania, closest in contention contention to threaten them for that qualifying position. Ula Janasata in the bow seat for Lithuania and Sal Klirevičiūtė in the stroke seat. And in fact, as I say that, not quite putting their bow ahead knee, but close.
Very close. Yeah, great battle here. And also sitting in third, we have France. Very close between all three boats, about 4 meters separating all three at the moment. Lithuania and France met both in the Euros there a couple of months ago. France finishing second, Lithuania finishing third. So they were already after a battle this year. And it looks like it's happening again right now.
Yeah, it's great to have that early season experience, isn't it? Tim, they're moving towards you. This Japanese combination, 17 years old, making their international debut.
Yeah, really impressed by that first kilometer of their race, and they're still in second position. But because I think on the far side of the lake, the crew from Lithuania just taking the lead. The more experienced double, as you mentioned already, gaining some experience in this boat class at the Europeans and the World Championships last year. Now looking for a medal, and they are really trying to distance themselves together with Japan, who are still just half a canvas behind the crew from Lithuania, with France now very close to our commentary position, actually racing in lane 5, also coming to the front of the field, trying to challenge for that one spot into the AB semi-final.
Tiratissima questa batteria numero 4 del doppio femminile, con un Giappone che è veramente partito fortissimo ma è costretto a cedere il passo alla Lituania, che passa in vantaggio proprio al passaggio ai 1500 metri del percorso. Attenzione, perché anche la Francia comincia ad aumentare il numero dei colpi e farsi sotto, ma è la Lituania a battere qualche colpo in più, quei colpi che contano per andare a condurre questa quarta batteria del doppio femminile. Veramente una bellissima prova, una delle gare che vorremmo sempre vedere così tirate.
Lithuania overrating the other crews from Japan and France by about 2 strokes a minute. France looking ominous in second position, just half a length down on the Lithuanians, and Japan not out of it yet. If they can race this to a sprint finish, Rob, they might even snatch that one spot in to the AB semi-finals. But Lithuania looking strong with 250 meters still to race.
Yeah. That Japan's quick start may have cost them, but you never know. There's still a bit of distance to go. They and France are really tight, but it's a good lead for Lithuania, looking very strong for the finish here.
Un vantaggio che ancora una volta strizza l'occhio alla Lituania, ma con una Francia arrembante. Una gara vissuta così per tutto il percorso. Ricordiamo infatti che la Francia è rimasta sempre nel gruppo di testa insieme alla Lituania, ma in questo momento la Lituania se ne va salutando le avversarie. Solo la prima posizione garantisce l'accesso in semifinale. Alla Lituania continua a martellare fortissimo per andare a mettere in sicurezza non solo la vittoria, ma soprattutto mettere in chiaro le regole rispetto agli avversari.
South Africa making a really fine finish here, but if we look over to lane 1, it's going to be Lithuania who take first spot. That's a clear win for them of a couple of lengths ahead of Japan in second. Great race from them. France just behind in third. Then South Africa come through in fourth, and we're just left with Latvia out there in lane 2. But it's Lithuania who go through, and of course you know what happens to the remaining crews. We now move on to the first of 5 heats in the men's double sculls.
Rimaniamo sempre nella specialità del doppio, ma ci spostiamo al settore maschile, la prima di 5 qualificazioni.
In Heat 1, Lane 1, Switzerland. Lane 2, Croatia. Lane 3, Norway. Cyprus in 4. Canada, Lane 5. Slovenia, Lane 6.
Svizzera, Croazia, Norvegia, Cipro, Canada e Slovenia, le nazioni impegnate in questa prima qualificazione.
They're right outside your window, Colleen, I think.
Yeah, they look fantastic. They're right outside our window, looking really good. In particular, this combination from Croatia, Marin Smoljanovic and even Talia in the stroke seat, setting the rhythm. This Croatian combination, 36 strokes per minute and among the quickest moving boats on the course.
and that crew, they finished 4 at the European Under-19 Championships just a short time ago. Again, looking to improve on that now this time round on Lake Varese. So they are just hanging on to that first spot at the moment. Switzerland then and Canada looking quite strong as well. It looks like Canada's boat speed is the fastest at the moment. They looked very smooth as they passed us there down the course.
So 4 to advance on to the quarterfinals with the remaining crews to the repechage. Top 4 is where you want to be. This Croatian combination looking untouchable at the moment. Tim, do you think these are the future Sinkovic brothers?
Oh well, yeah, they might just be, and it's a great. Yeah, it's not a surprise. We are used to seeing that Croatian rowing suit in the front of the field, especially in the doubles. But yeah, I think it's also somewhat reminiscent of the Sinkovic brothers, like the very distinctive catch from the Sinkovic brothers. We can see that in more crews from Croatia. And it's the Croatian crew still in the lead, followed very closely by the 2 young athletes from Switzerland in lane number 1, just 3/4 of a length back. And Canada also coming to the front of the field. And I think the Canadians are having the highest boat speed at this stage. They're really moving through and actually push through the lead which the Croatians had to up until just a couple of seconds ago, with the Norway, the 4th place crew in this race. But it's very close between Norway and Slovenia here in lane number 6.
La Croazia sta pagando lo scotto di una partenza fortissima, perché sul passaggio ai 1500 metri del percorso è il Canada con 37 colpi al minuto a fare in questo momento l'andatura. Vicinissima la Croazia con la Svizzera che cerca di rientrare. Solamente le prime 4 imbarcazioni andranno ai quarti di finale, le altre dovranno passare dei recuperi. In questo momento le prime 4 posizioni rimangono appannaggio di Canada, Svizzera con Croazia e poi Norvegia.
So with 4 crews progressing through to the quarterfinals, it's looking good for Switzerland, Croatia, Canada and Norway, because that crew, the Norwegian crew, moving more firmly into that 4th place, Rob. Or are my eyes deceiving me from the 1500?
I don't think they are. I think Slovenia have been dropped now by Norway, and it looks like they're probably sealed that direct qualification. It's Croatia who lead the way ahead of Canada, Switzerland and Norway.
Una grande rimonta, attenzione, una grande rimonta, il Canada sta rinvenendo pericolosamente, è bellissima l'azione in acqua 5, è pulita l'azione anche all'esterno della Svizzera, vanno a schiacciare la Croazia che scivola in terza posizione e il Canada ad aggiudicarsi la vittoria.
Well, it's bow ball to bow ball at the finish line. I'm not going to be brave enough to call it, but first and second across the line was between Switzerland and Canada. And then coming home in 3rd place, it is Croatia. 4th place is the crew from Norway. They held on. It's those 4 crews who go through. Canada just nipping at first spot ahead of the Swiss, Croatia, then Norway. Slovenia and Cyprus will go again, though.
Una di quelle rimonte che vorresti davvero vedere sempre. Una grande rimonta, 4 secondi di distacco ai primi 500 metri e poi un Canada scoppiettante. Un finale all'italiana.
Heat 2 of the men's double sculls sees New Zealand in lane 1, Japan in 2, France lane 3, Serbia in lane 4 and Latvia in lane 5.
Seconda qualificazione ormai in rampa di lancio, Nuova Zelanda, Giappone, Francia, Serbia e la Lettonia, con la Lettonia che potrebbe partire favorita sulla carta insieme alla Francia.
Not much to separate these crews either, similar to that first heat. Colleen, how they're looking?
Yeah, they're looking fantastic. This is a really tightly packed heat, so it'll be exciting as they move into the second half. The story of the race so far, well, it's Latvia leading and a really close front just behind them, Alrik Rodrigue and Kume Gonzalez in the stroke seat for France. And in the Latvian crew, Andreas Klavins and Patrick Strads in the bow seat. Neither coming by us, and it's a beautiful sight, nearly level these crews.
It is incredible. Latvia closest to us, France 2 lanes out, but Serbia there, they are in lane 4, just 1 meter separating them and Latvia at the moment. 15-year-old rower Sergej Kipak in the Serbian boat there. He is joined by Matija Rashkovic, who raced in the 4 last year, so he has a little bit of experience. They are rowing very well there at the moment. Currently, Latvia still hanging on to that first spot. Serbia 1 meter behind. And then we have France.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's the future of world rowing. It's the current best in the world at the under-19 level. And as mentioned, I just think it's so exciting to think about future Olympics to come, and all of these athletes really kicking off their junior level or continuing their junior level, preparing to graduate to the under-23 category. Tim, they're charging towards you. Can you separate them for us?
Well, I can't separate the first 4, actually, or perhaps the first 3, because it's Latvia, Serbia and France more or less level as they come to the 1500, with the crew from Japan dropping back slightly, almost a boat length behind the leading 3 crews, with New Zealand back to in 5th position. But at the front of the field, we have a fantastic battle here. It's only the heats of the under 19 men's double sculls, and we have France, Serbia and Latvia going stroke for stroke with 500 meters to go. I'm sure they know 1 to 4 are going through to the quarterfinal, but they are racing as they come past our commentary position at 500 to go.
Avviene proprio in questo momento il passaggio ai 1500 metri del percorso delle imbarcazioni della seconda batteria del doppio maschile, veramente vicinissimi in acqua 3, 4 e 5, Francia, Serbia e Lettonia che si contendono la vittoria di questa batteria, con il Giappone in quarta posizione. Purtroppo la Nuova Zelanda scivola in quinta ed ultima posizione, quindi potrebbe rimanere fuori dai giochi e dovrebbe essere costretta al ripescaggio in questa specialità. Veramente bella l'azione della Serbia che passa in vantaggio sulla Francia. Terza posizione in questo momento per la Lettonia, che era partita fortissima, aveva tenuto testa a tutti gli altri equipaggi per i primi 1000 metri del percorso.
So Serbia was leading at 500 to go, but a step up from the French double sees them moving level and actually into the lead with 200 meters left to row. So France are going to take this, I think, unless the Czech Republic can raise a very good sprint finish.
Thank you very much, Tim. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these final few meters play out. But Serbia, Latvia, France, Japan, and New Zealand probably just dropped off.
Un vantaggio importante, un vantaggio costruito, una voglia di andare a mettere in sicurezza le prime 4 posizioni per l'accesso ai quarti di finale. Serbia con Lettonia, Francia e Giappone di fatto scappano verso il traguardo. La Francia è un po' più veloce, è bella l'azione appunto della formazione francese che si mette lì davanti a fare l'andatura, poi tutti gli altri.
Oh, it's a beautifully contested finish here. It looks like France are going to take this, though. It's going to be France in first, and then just coming through to claim the second spot from lane 4. Great push from Serbia. 4th place, 3rd place, wherever we got to. Lane 5, Latvia. And then over in lane 2, it's Japan. So the first 4 across. I wish I could count up to 4. And coming home in 5th place is our crew from New Zealand, but of course they will have another opportunity to qualify for those quarterfinals. On to Heat 3 of the men's double sculls. Greece take up lane 1 alongside the USA in lane 2, then the Netherlands in 3, Romania lane 4 and Thailand in lane 5.
Terza qualificazione ormai in rampa di lancio con Grecia, Stati Uniti, Olanda, Romania, oltre alla Thailandia, le nazioni a contendersi lo scettro.
And yet again, is so often the case in this boat class, these first 800 meters or so really tightly contested. What's the impression you're getting there, Colleen?
Yeah, it's really tightly contested indeed. And Rob, the good news is with 5 boats, it's just 4 to advance on to the quarterfinals. So I think, if you leave one out, you'll be able to get to that number 4. I have faith.
Thank you so much.
No, but it's looking fantastic. It's looking really good as they come down. And the Netherlands currently leading. Perhaps not surprising, this combination, Gune van den Heugen in the bow seat and Uk Klusteman in the stroke seat setting the rhythm. Loads of experience, and in particular, their bow seat, Van den Heugen, 13th overall at the Junior World Champs last year in Plovdiv, looking to get into the A final. He's picked up a new pair partner, and they're leading by about 3/4 of a length or so over Romania.
as they pass us there now. Yes, Greece over on the outside currently sitting in second, but Romania, as you just mentioned, are coming up. It's currently sitting in third, but they are putting in that push there now to hopefully get into their second place. We have Thailand as well here, closest to us. They just passed us here. One of them raced last year in the under-19, so he has a little bit of experience. Wachara Pangtong there, and he is joined by Warakin Thong Mak. So great to see the entries from Thailand.
So they're closing out the third quarter. They're through the 750. It's looking fantastic for the Netherlands. Perhaps, Tim, at the end of this, we can get a recap of times from Luca and Rob. I'd love to hear how these heats stack against one another. But for now, Heat 3 coming towards you.
Yeah, I am very interested as well because, well, in these conditions, it's very flat water. We have a slight tail breeze, but it's not much. But all these crews, yeah, racing all the way down to the line. I think that youthful enthusiasm really bringing them to great heights here on Lago di Varese. We can see the Dutch crew now of Van den Hoogen and Kloosterman in the lead from one of the center lanes, representing their clubs, Egier and the Alkmaarse Roei and Zeilvereniging from the Netherlands. They are almost, well, I think they've just broken clear water to the Greek combination of Kopidis and Makrigianis in lane number 1. But watch out for that crew from the USA of Wakefield and Ramaraju. They are moving. I think they just moved into second position, and Romania, that very experienced combination who raced the quad last year, now in the double, they're in fourth.
L'Olanda fa l'andatura della terza batteria del doppio under 19 maschile, con la Thailandia che continua purtroppo a perdere terreno. Romania, Olanda, Stati Uniti e Grecia invece sono le 4 imbarcazioni che volano verso il traguardo per aggiudicarsi il pass necessario per accedere ai quarti di finale in questa specialità. La Thailandia sarà costretta a passare dai recuperi nel doppio under 19 maschile. Una bellissima azione da parte dell'Olanda che vola verso il traguardo in prima posizione.
So the Dutch still in front and America second, and I think Romania and Greece more or less level, but they are secure for the quarterfinal because it's clear water back to Thailand.
Thank you very much indeed, Tim. Netherlands always looking impressive, aren't they? And USA, Greece, Romania look like they've got these qualification spots, but the two crews in the lanes 4 and 5, Romania and Thailand, might just need to keep a little eye out for the swans that are invading the course here.
Un'Olanda straordinaria, un'Olanda che deve stare attenta ai cigni, come diceva Rob, lì davanti, bella l'azione, secondi dopo i primi 500 metri e poi in volata verso il traguardo con luce, margine sui diretti avversari.
Netherlands come home in first place, 3 lengths or so ahead of the USA over in lane 2, coming home third. Good battle for third place between Greece and Romania. Romania just going to take that third spot. Greece home in fourth. So those are our 4 quarterfinalists, which means that Thailand will go again in the repechage for a second opportunity to qualify. I have to say, the Swans obeyed the traffic rules extremely well there. Well done, the Swans. So on to Heat 4 of the men's double sculls. It's Egypt in lane 1, Italy lane 2, Ukraine lane 3, Denmark in 4, Germany in lane 5.
Quarta qualificazione del doppio maschile, con i complimenti ai cigni, venivano fatti proprio poco fa. Egitto, Italia, Ucraina, Danimarca e Germania, le nazioni in gara in questa qualifica.
So a little bit more of a split. Some of these crews are moving further forward now. A few maybe dropping back, perhaps Denmark dropping back a bit here. How do you see it, Colleen?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Rob. Denmark maybe slightly off the pace. Egypt holding on to that 4th qualifying position. So 5 boats contesting for 4 positions. At the moment, it is the Marco show. So it's Marco Selva in the stroke seat of Italy and Marco Dri in the bow seat from Trieste Rowing Club. Lago di Como, so from 2 different states coming together to represent Italy and doing it in style. Ukraine right on their tail.
But as they are passing us here now in the 1,000 meter mark, hot Germany now, it looks like getting into that second position over Ukraine. It looks like Ukraine, their 16-year-old, rode in the single last year. He's made the jump to the double this year. Nikita Pushhavlov there in the bow seat, following Leonid Sherban in the stroke seat.
So charging through the third quarter of the race continues to be Italy, up at 38 strokes per minute, rowing it nice and high. The Germans are up there as well. So it's Italy, Germany holding on to the next two qualifying positions. It's Ukraine, and then so close, Tim, between Egypt and Denmark.
Yeah, that's going to be a fantastic fight to see in the last 500 meters because, same here. 1, 2, 3 and 4 straight through the the quarterfinals, excuse me. And it's a battle at the back of the field between Denmark and Egypt. I'd love Egypt to go straight through the quarterfinal, but Denmark will have their own thoughts about that, and they'll have to race all the way down to the line. It's just 2 meters separating those two crews, but out in front it is still Italy and Germany who are setting the tone here in this I think second to last heat of the under 19 men's doubles, with Italy almost half a length back to the very fast crew from Germany, who are in the lead. And a little look there from Ola Hanak in the bow seat of that German double to see what he's doing to that Italian crew, and that's distance, and they are putting some more distance into the Italians as they come past our commentary position.
La Germania guida la testa del gruppo in questa quarta batteria del doppio Under 19 maschile, con l'Italia che però cede in seconda posizione. Marco Dri, che si è visto sfuggire di solo un secondo nel 2021 a Plovdiv la medaglia quando gareggiò in coppia con Emanuele Bergamin, che abbiamo visto impegnato nella categoria Under 23 insieme a Marco Selva, già protagonista della Coupe de la Jeunesse 2021, dove conquistò una bellissima doppietta di ori. Oggi insieme in barca per fare volare l'Italia in questa specialità. Sono costretti a tener testa alla Germania, che già nel 2021 vinse il titolo mondiale con nuovi atleti in gara, quindi Italia e Germania per le prime due posizioni, poi Ucraina e Danimarca che lotta con l'Egitto per non rimanere fuori dai giochi.
So the experienced crews, Italy, Ukraine, Germany, looking set for a spot in the quarterfinal, and it's great to see the two debutant crew, Denmark and Egypt, fighting it out for that last spot straight to the quarterfinal.
That's a battle worth watching, isn't it? But of course, one of these crews will drop out. Will it be Denmark? Will it be Egypt?
Germania da un lato, Italia dall'altro, con la gazzella di Cernobbio, Marco Selva lì davanti a capovoga, la Germania lì davanti in solitaria.
Germany crossed the line in first place, a length and a half of the Italians over in lane 2 in second, and third place is taken by Ukraine in lane 3. But who is going to get this last direct qualification spot through to the quarterfinals? Is it going to be Denmark? Is it going to be Egypt? Denmark are pushing hard here. They've got to keep pushing. Egypt perhaps just dropping behind now. Denmark are going to take the fourth spot. They take it by a length and a quarter ahead of Egypt in fifth, but Egypt, of course, will have another opportunity. So to our fifth and final heat of the men's double sculls. Turkey in lane 1, Lithuania lane 2, Ireland in lane 3, Poland in lane 4, and Mexico in lane 5.
Quarta qualificazione oramai in gara, anzi i primi 500 metri sono di fatto già archiviati con Turchia, poi ancora la Lituania insieme a Irlanda, Polonia e Messico in gara in questa sfida.
So let me ask the question of Niamh Hayes. What can we expect from Bryce and O'Sullivan in lane 3 for Ireland? Niamh?
I get so excited when I see those green one pieces and those green and white blades out there on the water. So we have Ciarán O'Sullivan in the stroke seat representing Lee Rowing Club in Cork. Fergus Bryce representing Coleraine Grammar School. He rode the quad last year, finishing 6th. They are looking very nice now as they approach us at the 1,000 metre mark. Out ahead though, it is Turkey over on the far side in lane 1, but as they pass us, Ireland sitting in position second at the moment.
This Turkish combination, Halikan Korgulu and Ahmet Ali Kabadi, first at the European Championships. Really strong rhythm. They've got open water, clear water over the rest of the field. The Polish combination, Lewinsky in the bow seat, Galeza, Daniel Galeza setting the rhythm in the stroke seat, third at the Euros. So these two crews lining up against one another as they move into the Under-19 World Rowing Championships. It's four to advance, so Turkey holding on to that lead. Then it's back to Ireland in second, over to Poland, Lithuania, with Mexico, Tim, running fifth.
Yeah, Mexico in the danger zone here in this last heat of the Under-19 men's doubles, and I hope the crew from Turkey can keep this up, because we saw a lot of Turkish crews flying out of the blocks and then having difficulty maintaining their pace in the second kilometer. But I have to say that Kabadai and Koroglu look very strong with 600 meters left to go. They are in the lead, followed closely by that crew from Ireland, Bryson O'Sullivan in second position, and next to them we have the Polish crew with strokeman Daniel Galeza, who is European champion and has a bronze medal from the juniors in Plovdiv last year. So I expect them to see a lot more of them come this week. But Ireland having the better over Poland, but Turkey still out in front. Clear water advantage for Turkey, and then it is Lithuania in fourth, with the Mexican double finding the pace just a bit too hot at this stage of the race.
Sorpresa Turchia nella quinta batteria del doppio Under 19 maschile. I debuttanti atleti turchi ai campionati mondiali di Varese 2022 volano verso il traguardo e controllano gli avversari. In seconda posizione vediamo ben delineata l'Irlanda, sulla Polonia e la Lituania. In quinta posizione invece il Messico, che si dovrà accontentare a ritornare in acqua per i recuperi di questa specialità.
So I think the front runners are almost at the red buoy area, with Mexico's Mata Alanis and Cortes Cordera just passing our commentary position, but that's a crew from Mexico going all in and still maintaining their race rhythm as they come towards you, Luca and Rob, at the finish.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah, that's impressive from Mexico. They're probably out of contention for that direct spot, but good on them, and they will, of course, go again in the repechage. But Turkey looking like they're going to hold on to this first place.
Una Turchia davvero in grande forma, l'ha dimostrato fin dal primo colpo, pensate, sempre almeno 5 secondi di vantaggio. Turchia lì davanti, poi Irlanda e Polonia, queste le prime tre posizioni, con un'Irlanda arrebbante che prova a rientrare sulla Polonia solo per togliersi qualche sfizio, all'esterno la Turchia.
Now, real battle for second and third between Poland and Ireland, but it's Turkey who come across the line in first place. Length and a half ahead of the Poles in second. Ireland home in third, but they were really alongside that Polish boat all the way down the course. So well done to the three of them. And coming home to take that fourth qualification spot in lane 2 is Lithuania. And we will see Mexico go again in the repechage. Let's have a big hand for Mexico as they come down to the finish line. Next, we move on to the men's single sculls.
Cambio ancora di specialità, ma qui alla Schirana di Varese resta sempre tutto splendido. Siamo con la prima delle 5 qualificazioni riservate al singolo maschile.
With 29 nations putting boats in here to the men's single sculls out of the 51 nations competing in these under-19 championships. We'll have 5 heats here as well. Heat 1 sees Norway in lane 1, South Africa in lane 2, Denmark in 3, France lane 4, Japan lane 5, the Netherlands in lane 6.
Prima qualificazione, dicevamo, del singolo maschile, che vede in acqua 1 la Norvegia, in acqua 2 il Sudafrica, in acqua 3 la Danimarca, in acqua 4 la Francia, in acqua 5 il Giappone, in acqua 6 l'Olanda. Partita veramente molto forte la Francia che ha oltre 3 secondi di vantaggio nella prima frazione. Sarà curioso sentire cosa ci raccontano dalla postazione dei 1000 metri.
Ulrik Lona for Norway in lane 1, Sasha Mosig for South Africa in 2, August Vilsholm of Denmark in 3, Pierre Mollin of France in 4, Yuki Miyaguchi of Japan in 5, and Klaas Boud of the Netherlands in 6. Who's got the edge here, would you think, approaching 1,000?
Yeah, they're just approaching 1,000, preparing to cross into halfway, and it is Pierre Mola of France. Perhaps not surprising to see him out ahead. France always fielding strong junior rowers. He was at the Europeans earlier this year. He was on the podium, so he's looking to, I'm sure, get back on the podium at the Under-19 World Rowing Junior Championships. And Niamh, he's got clear water.
He does have clear water, but there is a great battle in between second, third and fourth at the moment. So France still leading it out, but then we have Denmark, Norway and South Africa all quite close. Netherlands then closest to us as well. Very little separating all of them at the moment.
Yeah, very little separating them and a big field. So, Rob, as you mentioned, 29 entrants, and in fact, the biggest entry across the board. So fantastic to see representation from so many different nations. It is Pierre Mola of France continuing to hold on to that lead. It's 4 to move through to the quarterfinals. Tim, can you separate them for us?
Yeah, from where we are sitting, I think it's the Japanese sculler Miyaguchi, who is in 6th position, and but it's very close for that 5th position. 4th and 5th is, I think, at the moment is Sasha Mosig from South Africa, but he's still in contact with the leading crews, with the French sculler Pierre Moulin still in the lead, and a great little inside story between the Danish and Dutch athletes in this heat, because August Wisholm and Klaas Boud, they raced each other earlier this year at the Hollandbeker Regatta, where Klaas Boud took a surprise win in the final 500. He raised his game and he sprinted to the line and he took the win in that Hollandbeker final. So I think these two athletes will keep a close eye on each other in this heat. But it is the French sculler in the lead, clear water, ahead of Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, and then it's Mosig from South Africa in 5th and the danger zone. But yeah, still in contact. It's just under a length for the South African, so he can make up for his first kilometer and sprint through to take one of those spots into the quarterfinal.
Una specialità questa del singolo Under 19 maschile che ha fatto registrare un numero elevato di partecipanti, ben 29 gli equipaggi impegnati in questa specialità. Vediamo insieme la prima batteria a condurre i colori della Francia, il 17enne Pierre Moulin, che fa l'andatura in questa specialità. Purtroppo per la quinta e sesta posizione vediamo il Giappone e la Repubblica del Sudafrica, quest'ultima però che cerca di rientrare sugli equipaggi di testa. Perdono leggermente terreno la Norvegia e la Danimarca, quando la Francia continua la sua corsa verso la prima posizione in questa prima batteria del singolo Under 19 maschile.
France and Denmark look safe for one of those positions, but both Norway and the Netherlands have to keep an eye out for South Africa and the final meters, Rob.
Yes, yet again, that's the battle that I suppose really matters here, is who's going to take that final qualification spot between 4th and 5th, meaning the last two places, of course, will go through for the repechage. But it's Pierre Mola and France in the lead.
Una Francia davvero eccezionale, guardate che bello, ma sono 5 formazioni sulla stessa linea, rinviene pericolosamente anche l'Olanda in acqua numero 6, che sembra davvero aver trovato il colpo migliore in chiusura, ma l'acqua 4 la Francia non ha rivali.
Great finish here. It's a really tight one. Pierre Mollin holds on to that win to take first place, just ahead of Denmark's Wisholm in second. In terms of how the others divided up, tricky one. We can wait for confirmation on the screen. Wisholm coming home in second, which we can confirm. So we've got all our qualifiers there through Mollin of France, Wisholm of Denmark, Ulrik Lund of Norway, and Klaas Boud of the Netherlands. On to Heat 2 then, with Vanuatu taking up lane 1. Warm welcome to them, and to Tunisia, and to Kazakhstan, and to Germany, as well as Croatia and Belgium, who take up lane 6.
Seconda qualificazione del nostro programma, un'altra occasione per salutare davvero tutto il mondo con Vanuatu, Tunisia, Kazakistan, Germania, Croazia e il Belgio in acqua 6.
I wonder what we can expect here, Colleen.
Yeah, well, at the moment, halfway, we can expect Germany to hold this lead. In hot pursuit behind him, it is Belgium. So Belgium the closest. That's Boris Tiedemann from Belgium out of lane 6, closest to the grandstand. But the German sculler at a long 32 strokes per minute. Belgium fairly similar. It's Cornelius Conrad for Germany.
Over on the far side, then in lane 1, far side from the grandstand, we have the one and only entry from Vanuatu. We have Antoine Bach. He is 7 foot tall. He is rowing at the moment 27 strokes a minute. Nice and steady, looking very, very long and good at the moment.
Yeah, that's a lot of leverage, isn't it?
It
If
is.
you're 7 feet tall, and I'm sure, Tim, you can help me out by letting us know in meters where exactly that falls. But they're already moving through the third quarter of the race, closing in on the final 500. It's 4 to move on to the quarterfinal. Looking fantastic for Germany, Cornelius Conrad. Then it's back to Belgium, over to Vanuatu and Tunisia.
Yeah, I'll help you out with that one. I think 7 feet is 2 meters, 17 centimeters tall. So yeah, we can see him from our commentary position. It's really impressive to see that an athlete of this age being already way over 2 meters tall. And he's looking good, still trucking along 28 strokes a minute. We don't expect a really high rhythm from an athlete of that size, but he's putting in the power, and he's currently in, I think, third position behind Germany's Cornelius Conrad from the Dresdner Ruder Club in the lead, followed by Boris Tiedemann from Belgium in second, and Tiedemann also as well, as we saw in the previous heat, a finalist at the Hollenbeker Regatta this year. He came third, and now he's in second position in this heat at the Under-19 World Championships with Anthony Brook from Vanuatu in third, and then it's really close between Croatia and Tunisia.
La Germania guida il gruppo in questa seconda batteria del singolo Under 19 maschile, tallonato dal Belgio, ricordiamo già vincitore della medaglia d'argento nell'anno 2021 con Aaron Andries. Il Belgio ripresenta in gara oggi Boris Tiedemann, sicuramente in grande spolvero questo atleta, ma con la Germania che continua la sua corsa verso il traguardo in prima posizione di questa batteria. Belgio in seconda posizione, poi Vanuatu con la Tunisia. Fuori dai giochi sembrano essere Kazakistan e la Croazia, che devono tentare il tutto e per tutto per rientrare se vogliono passare il turno senza passare dai recuperi.
So not much changing in the final few meters, Rob, but perhaps you can assist me in telling the ladies and gentlemen listening to this stream where Vanuatu is positioned on the globe.
Nice question, Tim. It's in the Pacific somewhere. It's a very small island, but it's a place I would love to visit. And they put out some really good rowers and scullers as well. Does that answer the question? I hope so. Germany coming through well here.
Un vantaggio davvero speciale per la Germania, capace di conquistare non solo la vittoria, ma una vittoria controllata davanti al Belgio. Una gara scritta, una gara perfetta, una Germania in grande spolvero.
Germany coming home to take that first qualification spot then ahead of Belgium in second. Over in lane 1 we have Vanuatu, Bonku. What a terrific finish from Bonka there, but falling back on his oars, but I think he's fine. And Tunisia coming home in fourth place. But what a terrific race. And great to see Bonka, 7 foot tall. I mean, if rowing doesn't work out for him, then maybe basketball or tennis. I think the tallest tennis player at the moment is 6'11", Riley Opelka, an American. But the first aid boats out there just making sure that those athletes who've had a really tough race are going to be okay. So let's move on to the third heat of the men's single sculls. We have Chinese Taipei in lane 1, Paraguay in 2, Sri Lanka in lane 3. A warm welcome to them. First time we've heard Sri Lanka mentioned this week. Estonia in 4, Italy in 5, and Slovakia in lane 6.
Abbiamo la terza qualificazione del singolo maschile ed è tempo di guardare ancora una volta in azzurro con Taipei, Paraguay, Sri Lanka, Estonia, Italia, Marco Prati e poi ancora a chiudere il cerchio la Slovacchia.
This is a fascinating collection of nations here, Colleen.
Yeah, it really is, Rob, isn't it? It's just fantastic to see such amazing representation. I heard the Marco Prati from our friend Luca, and what I can tell you about that is that he's from Ravenna, and he is a twice Italian champ in 2022 at both the U19 and under 23 level. So he's out at the top of the field.
He is at the top of the field, followed closely though by Slovakia, currently sitting in second place. Then we have Chinese Taipei over on the far side in lane 1, but a big shout out there to Sri Lanka, one of 2 entries from them this week. He is just 14 years old. He might just be the youngest competitor in the under-19 championships.
Oh, it's fantastic. The future of world rowing, 14 years old and making his international debut. So Tim, they're coming towards you. Can you break apart the field for us at the 1500?
Yeah, with just under 600 meters to go, it's still Prati from Italy, the double Italian champion, leading and doing so quite comfortably. He is followed by Slovakia's Strekanski, Peter Straganski in second. And, well, looking out of the window here, it's very close for the positions 3 and 4. I think currently it is the sculler from Chinese Taipei, that's Lin, who is, well, might just be into one of those qualifying spots for the quarterfinals. So he's doing great. And on the far side, we can see as well from Paraguay, Oscar Santos, who is, who is fighting Lin for a third position. So those two athletes battling it out in the final 500. But Estonia's Christopher Hein still in hot pursuit for one of those qualifying places.
Brillano i colori dell'Italia in corsia numero 5 con Marco Prati che fa l'andatura di questa terza batteria del singolo under 19 maschile. Lui che già nel 2021 conquistò il bronzo agli europei, quest'anno 2 volte campione d'Italia, a rappresentare i colori italiani ai mondiali 2022 di Varese. Una bellissima azione al centro del percorso dell'atleta italiano che precede la Slovacchia in corsia numero 6, poi ancora l'Estonia che paga un po' lo scotto di una partenza velocissima che rischia insieme allo Sri Lanka ad andare ai recuperi in questa specialità.
So in the closing meters, it's all the work to do for Christopher Hein from Estonia to get back into the qualifying positions to the quarterfinal. But I have to say I was really impressed by Gunnar Ratna from Sri Lanka. He's really racing all out in this heat of the men's single sculls.
It's really impressive to see that, isn't it, Tim? I quite agree with you. Oscar Santos just holding on to that 4th spot from Paraguay at the moment, but Marco Prati of Italy leading the way home.
Davvero senza indugio, guardate un Marco Prati perfetto, il suo debutto sul lago di Varese al Festival dei Giovani del 2018. Da lì una grande escalation ed eccolo qui, pronto a vincere la sua qualifica.
So Italy in first place, Marco Prati ahead of Slovakia's Trstinsky in second place. If we look across the lanes to see who comes home third, it's Santos of Paraguay. What a terrific race from him. But who's going to take that final qualification spot? A terrific burst from Christopher Hein of Estonia, just putting out Lin of Chinese Taipei. A terrific finish from him. So we have our 4 qualifiers, and the other crews will go again, as we know, in the repechage. But let's just have a huge cheer from the grandstand as our final contestant makes his way down the course. Guanaratna from Sri Lanka. A huge welcome home to him. Heat number 4 of the men's single sculls. Moldova take up lane 1 alongside Switzerland in 2, then Slovenia in lane 3, Great Britain are in lane 4, Bulgaria in 5, Serbia taking up lane 6.
Siamo pronti per andare a seguire la penultima qualificazione del singolo maschile. Anche qui un'occasione per andare a vedere il meglio del canottaggio. Under 19 con Serbia, Bulgaria, Gran Bretagna, Slovenia, Svizzera e Moldavia.
Well, it looks like Great Britain have shot into the lead with Marcus Shute. Would you agree with me, Colleen?
Oh, Rob, I do agree with you, and he's doing it quite nicely at a long 32, and the quickest moving boat on the course. So just like the previous rounds, it's 4 to advance to the quarterfinal. I'm keeping an eye on times. France came in at 7:02. It was Germany at 7:05. Italy at 7:02.1, so we'll get down to the 10th of a second. But with 5 heats, Neve, it'll be interesting to see how these athletes measure up against one another.
It will, and there's actually a great battle. So there's 4 rowers going through to the quarterfinal from this, and there's a great battle over in lane 1 and 2. Moldova in lane 1, Switzerland in lane 2. Great battle to try and get that last qualifying spot into the quarterfinals. Nicholas Chambers there representing Switzerland. I believe he started rowing when he was 13. He is now 17 and he hasn't taken a day off in between.
Oh, wow. That is dedication, Tim. They're coming towards you. 7:02.1 from the Italian sculler we saw just finish is the time to beat. Do you think the athlete from Great Britain, Marcus Shute, is on pace for that?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think Marcus has seen that he is several lengths of clear water ahead of the rest of the field. He is comfortably leading this and just tapping it along at 31 strokes a minute. So that looks smooth and calm. And I don't think, unless he is assisted by this tailwind, that he can break the time. But we'll see come the finish line. But he's comfortably leading, and he's looking back at Bulgaria's Ivan Jordanov, who is in second position, together with Vuk Mudrinic from Serbia. Those are the 1, 2, 3, and then on the far side we have a great battle, as Neve already told us, between Moldova and Switzerland for that last qualifying position directly to the quarter-final. Currently I think it's the sculler from Switzerland who has his bow ball ahead.
La Gran Bretagna davanti a tutti, la Gran Bretagna che controlla gli avversari in questa quarta batteria del singolo under 19 maschile, con Serbia in seconda posizione. Poi vediamo ancora Bulgaria, una lotta tra Repubblica di Moldavia e Svizzera per cercare di non rimanere fuori dai giochi. Anche invece la Slovenia piuttosto arretrata in questa quarta batteria del singolo maschile. Una bellissima azione da parte dell'atleta della Gran Bretagna, che palata dopo palata guadagna sempre più margine di vantaggio. In seconda posizione ancora Serbia e via via le altre imbarcazioni.
So Marcus Shute from Great Britain dominating this race. He has the highest boat speed of all the competitors. He's leading comfortably, but that battle is really hotting up between Morenko from Moldova and Chambers from Switzerland.
Again, that's the battle worth watching, isn't it, for that final qualification spot? But what an impressive race from Marcus Shute of Great Britain.
Gran Bretagna su un altro pianeta, una Gran Bretagna che ancora una volta brilla e fa brillare anche la tribuna. Un bellissimo arrivo, lui classe 2004, un Marcus Shaw incredibile, poi tutti gli altri.
So Marcus Shute comes home in what looks like a black shell from where we are. I'm not sure I've seen that before from a British sculler or a British boat, but Shute is through by miles to take first spot. That's hugely impressive. But what about the other qualification spots? Second place is indeed Serbia's Mudrinic. He's held on to that. Coming home in third, it's Bulgaria's Jordanov. But what about that fourth place spot? Who's it going to go to? It's Morenko of Moldova who hangs on to that. Terrific race from him. So Shute of Great Britain, Mudrinic of Serbia, Jordanov of Bulgaria, and we had, I'll just go through those again, sorry, Shute, Mudrinic, Jordanov and Morenko of Moldova taking up that fourth spot. So Switzerland and Slovenia just miss out. Fifth and final heat of these men's single sculls sees Uruguay in lane 1, China in lane 2, Egypt in 3, USA 4 and Puerto Rico are in lane 5.
Ultima batteria del singolo maschile, poi ci sposteremo al settore rosa, Uruguay, Cina, Egitto, Stati Uniti e Paraguay.
Colleen, I think USA just holding out in front, but it's a bit of a battle.
Yeah, it's an absolute battle. That's right. These scullers now approaching halfway, and it is looking really good for Charles Bolt of the USA making his international debut. But it's a really tightly packed field. 4 to advance on through to the quarterfinals. Running second, it's Egypt, and then just back to third, China, over to Puerto Rico and Uruguay.
Great battle here for the last qualifying spot. 4 to go through. They're just passing us here. Puerto Rico, Alexandra Chapu from Puerto Rico, and over on the far side we have Christian Reg from Uruguay. I believe Alexander from Puerto Rico will be joining you in Boston. He is heading off to university there this fall.
BU, all right. That's fantastic. Really, really good to hear. Representing Puerto Rico, and as we've said this morning, just fantastic to see representation from truly around the globe. If you are in the grandstand and sitting amongst the fans, supporters, family, we're encouraging supporters to wear country colors, club colors, so that groups can sit together and cheer on these incredible under-19 athletes, which, Tim, are charging towards you.
Yeah, they're really charging, and it's great to see some close racing here in this last heat of the under-19 men's singles sculls. We see a great race from the young American Charles Bolt there from Zionsville, Indiana. He's racing his heart out, and going with him, right beside him, is Egypt and China. And they are really going for it every single stroke of the way. But I think the American's still in the lead, but I'll keep an eye out to Marwan Mohammed from Egypt, who seems to be pushing on, and who is trying to get his bubble in front, just a canvas back to the American.
Stati Uniti, Egitto e Cina a condurre questa quinta batteria del singolo under 19 maschile, ma è bellissimo vedere come Uruguay e Porto Rico lottano per la quarta posizione utile al passaggio del turno ai quarti di finale in questa specialità. Transita in questo momento ai 1500 metri del percorso l'atleta degli Stati Uniti Charles Bolt, che è veramente il più giovane di tutti in questa batteria, con un'azione in acqua veramente molto bella. Sono 31 i colpi battuti da questo atleta, è tallonato dall'Egitto con la Cina veramente in grande spolvero. Uruguay e Porto Rico in lotta per la quarta posizione, sembra spuntarla l'Uruguay.
So a little over 400 meters left to row for the two back markers in this heat. It's between Uruguay and Puerto Rico for that last qualifying spot into the quarterfinals. But we have 3 clear front runners there, with the USA, Egypt and China looking comfortable ahead. But behind them, the race is hotting up.
It is indeed, and Charles Bolt and Mohammed of Egypt are having a terrific battle to see who's going to take first and second.
Una lotta a 2, Egitto da un lato, dall'altro gli Stati Uniti che ovviamente non vogliono essere da meno e puntano tutto su Charles Bolt, che sta dimostrando in corsia numero 4 di poter addirittura allungare il proprio ritmo, ma attenzione perché all'esterno l'Egitto, che sta cercando di sviluppare una nuova generazione di canottieri verso il futuro, non vuole essere da meno. Da un lato l'Egitto, dall'altro gli Stati Uniti, una potenza e una nazione emergente. È bello vedere l'evoluzione del canottaggio internazionale. Stati Uniti ed Egitto.
This is a terrific race between Egypt and the USA. Mohammed and Bolt for first and second. Mohammed is making a terrific push here. Bolt, I think, is just going to hold on. He's really seen that threat. He takes it by a canvas from Mohammed. Great race from both those scullers. Congratulations to them. So they take first and second. Third place is going to go over to Jinwei Wu of China, and a really good performance from Wu out there. And then in lane 1, it's going to be Rekje of Uruguay. Those are the 4 qualification spots. And just coming home here now in 5th place in lane 5 is Chapuis from Puerto Rico. So we move on to our last event in the under-19s for this morning, and it's the heats of the women's single sculls.
Ci spostiamo all'ultima specialità di questa mattinata, sono le qualificazioni del singolo femminile.
In lane 1, it's Falkenberg of Germany. Lane 2, Fedorenko of Moldova. Lane 3, Dremelj of Slovenia. Lane 4, Wishiakera of Sri Lanka. Lane 5, Kuhn of Switzerland. And lane 6, Olivier Petri of the United States.
Con Germania in acqua 1, poi ancora la Moldavia, Slovenia, Sri Lanka, Svizzera e Stati Uniti. Apriamo così il singolo Under 19 femminile.
First two across the line will qualify directly for the AB semis. If it stays the way it is at the moment, Colleen, who would that be?
Yeah, it'd be Rebecca Falkenberg from Germany, looking so smooth out of lane 1, 34 strokes per minute, and making it look much lower than that. Just alongside her, running second, well, maybe about a length or so, separating the two. That's over to Switzerland. So Lina Kuhn from Switzerland holding on to that second qualifying position. Rebecca Falkenberg, she was third at the Junior World Championships last year in the Junior Women's Quad. Will be looking to get back onto the podium. But Niamh, lots happening at the Euros earlier this season too.
There was a great battle there between third and fourth place, and we can see that battle happening out there now again today. So Switzerland finished third at the European Under-19 Championships, and Slovenia were fourth. So they've already had that battle this season already. So they have the right mindset for it, and they are out there now today doing the same thing.
Yeah, fantastic to see them. We'll see if the Slovenian sculler Jana Dremelj holds on to that position and decides to really make a run for it, Tim, or if she'll accept third and move on to the repechage.
Oh, yeah, but it's worth going all the way to the line to clinch one of those positions straight into the AB semi-final. But that's not only up to you. You have to beat somebody to get there, and currently it's it's a big ask for the Slovenian Jana Dremelj to get back into contention for one of those two spots, with Rebecca Falkenberg from Germany leading comfortably at 33 strokes a minute. She's leading this race, going with her from Switzerland, Lina Kuhn, who is in second position. But I saw a little look there to her left, to the Slovenian sculler, to see if she's not making up any ground. But 500 meters left to go. This race is certainly not over yet, but Germany is leading, followed by Switzerland, followed by Slovenia.
È la Germania a fare l'andatura in questa prima batteria del singolo Under 19 femminile. Rebecca Falkenberg che conduce con i colori della Germania, lei che è già stata bronzo nel 4 di coppia nel 2021, precede la Svizzera in seconda posizione, Svizzera che lo scorso anno ha brillato ai mondiali di Plovdiv con Aurelia Maxima Jansen, che fu oro davanti a Giulia Clerici per l'Italia, terza la Grecia. Sul traguardo quindi vola verso la vittoria la Germania, con la Svizzera in seconda posizione, poi Slovenia, lotta tra Stati Uniti e Repubblica di Moldavia per la quarta posizione. Già fuori dai giochi invece lo Sri Lanka, quando ormai mancano gli ultimi 250 metri al traguardo.
So the battle is hotting up because it's a great turn of speed there from Lina Kuhn from Switzerland. She took up the race just a couple of meters ago, and she's now trying to get that first spot out of the hands of Rebecca Falkenberg from Germany, who is in the lead, but just by half a canvas as they come towards the Red Bull area. Will it be a sprint, Rob, or will they just cruise home to the finish?
They've opened up enough of a gap, haven't they, probably to cruise home, but it's the battle between the two of them which may lead to them doing a sprint for the finish line. We'll wait and see.
Ovviamente dovremo attendere con Svizzera e Germania, che di fatto sono le protagoniste assolute di questa prima qualificazione. Da un lato la Germania, che con Rebecca continua ad allungare su Lina in acqua numero 5, una Germania davvero in fuorigiri.
Yeah, it's a really tight one to call. We're not quite side on enough to call it at the moment. I'd give it to Falkenberg of Germany at the moment, and if anything, she might just be opening up a slight gap ahead of the Swiss sculler Lina Kuhn, but both will qualify. It's going to be Falkenberg of Germany who takes first spot. Great race for her. Takes it by a length and a little bit from Lina Kuhn of Switzerland. Well done to the two of them. And then coming home in third place. It's been a great race for her all the way down the line, Jana Dremelj of Slovenia. But it's Germany and Switzerland directly through to the semi-finals. On to Heat 2 of the women's single sculls. It's the Czech Republic, Zamostina in lane 1, Sousa Nunes of Brazil in 2, Lai of Chinese Taipei in lane 3, Aurora Spirito of Italy in 4, and El Sobki of Egypt in 5.
Abbiamo la seconda qualificazione del singolo femminile, Repubblica Ceca, Brasile, Taipei, con l'Italia, la protagonista di casa, atleta della canottieri Gavirate in acqua 4, poi l'Egitto in acqua 5.
How do you see this one at 1,000 meters, Colleen?
Yeah, it's a fantastic race, and a shout out to Yurule of Taipei, who had a great first 500 meters, has fallen off the pace just a bit, but experience leads at the moment. So 3 of these athletes making their international debut, the Italian sculler and the Czech sculler, not new to the international stage. Aurora Spirito was 5th at the under-19s this year, 8th at the under-23s, 2nd at the 2022 Euros. So loads of experience there in the Italian shell. But she's currently running 3rd. Brazil holding on to that first place position. That's Maria Sousa Nunes in 1st, and the Czech Republic running 2nd.
Incredible race here going on between the top 3 boats. Egypt just passing us here at the 1,000 meter mark. Hannah Elsobitsky representing Egypt there, doing an amazing job. But out ahead, the top 3 spots, Brazil, Czech Republic and Italy. Very close between the 3 of those, and only the top 2 going through to the AB semi-final.
As they're moving through the 3rd quarter of the race, it continues to be Sousa Nunes of Brazil holding on to that first place position, but being threatened him by Veronika Samunska from Czech Republic.
Yeah, but what a great debut the young Brazilian athlete is having to be leading this heat of the under-19 women's singles. And she's having a great little battle there with the sculler from the Czech Republic, Veronika Zamostna, and in right beside her. So they're really going stroke for stroke to the line. It's nice to see them. I think the Brazilian athlete has a very distinct style. She's very long forward. She really reaches out to get maximum length at the front end of the stroke and then levers the boat past. It's really nice to see. And she's and both athletes on the far side, actually, both the Czech Republic and Brazil, tapping it along at 30 strokes a minute, with the sculler from Italy, Aurora Spirito, having the work to do. She's almost a length back, perhaps even some clear water between her and the Czech Republic. But well, she might raise a sprint finish and get back into contention for one of those 2 spots into the AB semi-finals.
Repubblica Ceca e Brasile, le lepri di questa seconda batteria del singolo under 19 femminile, con l'Italia che cerca di rientrare. Aurora Spirito, atleta della canottieri Gavirate, argento agli europei 2022 nel singolo dopo una gara combattutissima, oro nel 4 con agli europei del 2021, 10 volte campionessa d'Italia, un atleta di grande livello, la giovanissima Aurora Spirito, nata il 7 novembre del 2005, che cerca il tutto e per tutto per rientrare su Brasile e Repubblica Ceca. Ricordiamo, le prime 2 imbarcazioni andranno alla semifinale, gli altri saranno costretti a passare dai recuperi.
So Brazil and the Czech Republic still within half a length of each other, and they try to keep some distance between them and the Italian sculler, who has to sprint early if she gets one of those 2 spots straight into the AB semi-final, Rob.
One of Czech Republic and Brazilian athlete might just have too much for her. We'll see.
E allora andiamo verso il traguardo, e a lei il pubblico della Schiranna, tutti per Aurora Spirito, che in questo momento deve provare a rientrare per andare a prendere Brasile e Repubblica Ceca. Ha voluto attendere fino in fondo, solo adesso con il vostro tipo può provare ancora a rientrare, ma il Brasile e la Repubblica Ceca sono lì davanti a fare l'andatura, un'andatura infinita verso il traguardo. 3 piazze e 2 posizioni disponibili.
It's a really tight one, this, isn't it? And I think we may see that Spirito just hasn't quite got enough to come here across the line.
Andiamo in chiusura con l'Italia che ce la fa, l'Italia che aggancia, l'Italia scoppiettante.
I'm not sure if I'm right about that. Oh, it's right down at the line. It's a neck and neck, bow ball to bow ball for second place. But Susan Nunes has certainly held on to take first for Brazil. But who got second between Zamostina and Spirito of Italy? It's gone to Aurora Spirito of Italy. How wrong did I get that one? Congratulations, Italy.
Una gara strepitosa, un rientro, pensate, recupero di 4 secondi e spicci negli ultimi 200 metri. Quindi sul traguardo, vittoria del Brasile, al secondo posto l'Italia, Aurora Spirito, terza la Repubblica Ceca.
Well, thanks to all our athletes in that heat for an absolutely fabulous race. As El Sobki of Egypt comes home to a great round of applause as well. So well done to everyone. We now move on to the third and final heat then of the women's singles sculls with the Netherlands, Hungary, Greece, Tunisia and Latvia going for this one, Colleen.
Yeah, it's looking really nice for the Greek sculler Gugo at the moment. She's got clear water over the rest of the field. And then the real battle happening behind her for second, because it's just two to advance through. At the moment, that would be Jente Gonsma from the Netherlands, but just barely Neve holding on ahead of Hungary.
They are, and actually there's a great battle as well between 4th and 5th Tunisia and Latvia. They're just closest to us in lane 4 and 5 at the moment. Latvian sculler Evija Freeman, just 15. I just love how the young rowers can come and represent their country and put on their country colours and be here. But out ahead, it is Greece. She won the Euros this year just a couple of months ago, so she is definitely one to watch this week.
Yeah, that's right. And she just missed the podium last year, so she was 5th overall in the junior women's double. In fact, a lot of athletes in this race that were in the A final, but just off the podium, including Jente Jongsman of the Netherlands, 5th in the junior women's quad. So they're back this year, Tim, looking for a medal.
Yeah, that all-important medal at the end of the tournament, and that's really what motivates all these crews. And well, I'm very impressed by the Greek sculler Aikaterini Gorku. She's the Greek scullers. They have this certain style of racing. It looks really powerful, very dynamic rhythm, and just 33 strokes a minute there from the young sculler from Greece, and she's taken out multiple lengths of clear water. It's very impressive to see. I'm curious what time she is going to put up on the board come the finish line. But yeah, behind her, it's really tense between the Netherlands and Hungary, with Podar Luka from Hungary just dropping off slightly. I think Jente Jongsma from the Netherlands is firmly establishing herself as second placed here in this heat.
Sì, Tim, dici bene, è impressionante il vantaggio della Grecia in quest'ultima batteria del singolo under 19 femminile. L'atleta allenata dall'italiano Gianni Postiglione veramente in grande spolvero, quasi 50 metri addirittura di vantaggio sull'Olanda. Poi l'Ungheria per la terza posizione, infine Tunisia e Lettonia quando ormai mancano gli ultimi 350 metri anche per andare a concludere quest'ultima qualificazione del singolo under 19 femminile. Una Grecia veramente scoppiettante con l'Olanda in seconda posizione, sempre utile al passaggio del turno per la semifinale A e B.
Gorku from Greece flying towards the finish, followed by the Dutch athlete Jente Jongsma, but by quite some distance, almost 50 meters separating 1 and 2 in this final heat of the junior women's single sculls. And behind them, I think Podar Luka from Hungary is racing against Tunisia's racing to Tunisia and Latvia for the minor places, but a spot in the repechage, no doubt. I think, Rob, the Greek sculler has sewn this up, and the Dutch athlete going with her straight to that AB semi-final.
Looks pretty signed and sealed, doesn't it? You never quite know, though, but we'll keep a close eye on things, but certainly looking good for Greece and the Netherlands.
Una gara completamente diversa rispetto alla qualificazione precedente, con la Grecia che continua lì davanti in solitaria sull'Olanda per le prime 2 posizioni, quindi 2 nazioni praticamente certe di passare il turno, le ultime per questa mattinata.
Clear win for Goku of Greece to cross the line in first place, and I think Jongsma of the Netherlands is safe too to hold off Pada of Hungary in third. So Jongsma of the Netherlands taking that second qualification spot. A nice little battle between third and fourth. Pada is just going to take third ahead of Belhaji Mohamed of Tunisia taking fourth place. And in fact, fourth place there, mistakenly, has gone to Fremenia of Latvia. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes day one of racing for the under-19s. There will be more action later with the repechage and some quarterfinals in the under-23s. But thanks to all our athletes for a terrific showing out on the water this morning. And thanks to all the support here that's come from all around the world in our grandstand. It really adds to the atmosphere. It helps the athletes, and it just makes this event so special. Also, big thanks to everyone following us online and on social media as well. So it's been a terrific morning's racing of the highest quality. Congratulations to all involved.
Siamo arrivati alla fine di questa mattinata, una mattinata meravigliosa, il primo giorno di questo campionato del mondo Under 19. Fatemi ringraziare davvero tutte le nazioni, tutti gli atleti protagonisti di questo grande spettacolo, ma ovviamente non finisce qui, perché questo pomeriggio ritorneremo con gli Under 23 con un altro giro di ripescaggi. Grazie a tutti i tifosi del mondo presenti qui alla Schierana di Varese e anche voi che siete collegati da tutta Italia e dal mondo. È un piacere sentirvi così carichi per vivere al meglio questo evento iridato.
Just a reminder to all athletes to please do visit the World Rowing Integrity booth, which they've set up in collaboration with the International Testing Agency and the International Olympic Committee, just to look after the sport. It tells you more about anti-doping, the prevention of competition manipulation, and just safeguarding the integrity of our wonderful sport. So that's down here near the grandstand. Do go and visit that anytime between 9 and 5 o'clock today and tomorrow.
Un'altra grande occasione ovviamente è quello di andare a visitare la tenda dedicata all'integrità, al rispetto, insomma, dei valori che sono chiave nel mondo dello sport. World Rowing ha voluto preparare una tenda dedicata proprio per poter raccogliere informazioni, scoprire curiosità, ma soprattutto per arricchire anche il proprio bagaglio personale. Quindi andate a visitare la tenda e ovviamente scoprirete tante novità riguardo all'integrazione e al rispetto delle regole nello sport.
A reminder that you can follow everything on our website, worldrowing.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and now TikTok for behind-the-scenes interviews and updates. We've got plenty of photographs that people are posting as well. And join the conversation. Use the hashtags, #WorldRowing or #Rowing, #WRU19CH and #WRU23CH. You can use #WRUCH Varese and tag us at World Rowing on Twitter and at World Rowing Official on Instagram. I'll do them all.
Ovviamente è un evento social questo campionato del mondo e World Rowing ha pensato davvero a tutto. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, insomma siamo ovunque e dappertutto. Fatelo anche voi, taggate World Rowing, taggateci Rob Curling, Luca Broggini, insieme per un grande evento social.